vibes are good. I've enjoyed it so far. It's kind of relaxed clubhouse. A lot of guys that kind of like to have fun, which I love being a part of. It's been a very, very easy transition for me. So yeah, I'm excited.
Making the transition as a relief pitcher, as a pitcher, is that easier maybe than other positions? Is it just because of is there more challenge involved with that? Take me inside of what the transition's like in your role.
I don't know if position has anything to do with it. I would just this is my 7th team, so I've done this a few times. So, I think that kind of helps. And generally speaking, kind of, every team's different, but there's a lot of similarities between each team, especially, personalities and everything like that.
And then when you're joining a team with Bruce Bochy, who's the manager, he's known for doing a great job with the bullpen. Is that something that's appealing as a relief pitcher as well?
Yeah, when you get a chance to play for Boch, it's, why say no? So that was one of the things that got me excited to come here. And like I said, I'm ecstatic that it all worked out and I'm here.
For you, growing up in Hawaii, high school baseball there, can you tell me a little about what that experience was like playing on the island?
It was good. When you're younger, there's a lot of teams on the island. A lot of youth sports are really big, but when you get to the high school level, there's only 3 public high schools on the island. So, our KIF league was you play 2 schools six times, and that's your league. And it was all good. It's fun. You get to go play on other islands in preseason, and the state tournaments usually on another island. So it was fun. You get to travel, but, it's not like a lot of other places where guys are playing, 30, 40 game season. So we played 12.
But you're used to travel ball then. It gets you going with that. And I wonder, do you feel like it impacted how visible you were? I know you were drafted and all, but at the same time, did it impact that a little at all? It's hard to get there.
It's a little different now. It's almost 20 years ago when I was in high school. It's kind of hard to believe, but exposure was tough to get exposed. The only reason I got college scholarships offers is because I went on a travel team. I played in a tournament in Arizona, and before that there wasn't a whole lot of people calling or anything like that. And then after that, I got a few college scholarships, and that's kind of how exposure. You got to leave the island to kind of get exposed.
When you would travel for those tournaments from one island, was the little prop planes? How did they do that?
Hawaiian Airlines has a fleet that flies around the islands and stuff. They're not prop planes, but they're pretty big planes, but not as big as the commercial airliners that fly 5-6 hours across the pond.
I was hoping it was a catamaran. That's just what I'm going, so.
How are you fitting in here? What do you think? New club.
It's great. Transition's been very easy. Everybody, from the top down, from the front office to the coaching staff to the training strength staff to the players, everybody's very welcoming. And really they, very helpful in anything I need. I know I can go to really anybody and get it. So everybody's, like I said, super welcoming, arms open, and willing to do whatever it takes to help me out.
You knew the pitching coach, had a prior relationship with him.
Yeah. Me and Mad Dog, we go back. Had him in St. Louis for 4 or 5 years. So we have a really good relationship. I learned a lot from Mad Dog in regards to scouting the opposition, scouting those opposing hitters, and developing a game plan and working with the pitching staff. So that's good in the sense of transitioning to a new staff where I don't know anybody. So to have at least one common piece in there is good. I also know Donnie. Donnie was my Lowe hitting coach way back in the day. So, he kind of knows me and has been following me, and we have a good relationship as well. So it's nice to have somebody on the pitching side and somebody on the hitting side that can, help transition me.
Where was Lowe?
My Lowe, that was 2017 in Peoria, Midwest League, Peoria Chiefs.
How long does that take to really get a good feel of a staff?
Oh man, I mean, I think you can never stop learning. I think that's the tricky part. Is even back in St. Louis, I was still learning new things about the guys I'd been with for years, because the great thing about baseball and the challenging thing about baseball is it's always changing. So somebody's always tweaking a pitch, trying to add a new pitch, thinking about a different way to attack the hitters. So guys are always changing. So that's, like I said, that's the fun part, and also the challenging part of being a catcher is you got to be able to adapt and change as you go. So, I think I have a pretty good base understanding of all these guys so far. I pretty much have caught a lot of the guys on the roster already. Communication's been great, both ends, which helps out a ton. So main thing for me is just keep getting the reps with those guys, keep catching pitches, keep working with those guys as much as I can just to kind of speed up that learning curve.
How's it working with Bobby so far?
Bobby's great. Bobby's really, really good. Obviously, being a former player and not being out of the game too long, not being too removed from playing, he has a really good idea of what we need as catchers to get ready. And as far as, the skills and the drills and all that, he's, and really once I signed with the Rangers, I got a lot of texts from a lot of guys across the league saying, Bobby Wilson will change your life. So he definitely is. He knows what he's talking about. He's really, really good, and he has a really good sense of being able to explain things so we can understand it, keeping it simple, but yet giving us the correct information. He's very prepared, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to work with him.
Has your life changed?
I would say so. In many ways, working with Bobby, he's really good. Like I said, and just really excited to work with him and keep on improving behind the plate.
Did you know Jonah at all?
Just from playing against him, but we've been hanging out a bunch since we got to camp. It's always nice having all the catchers get in early and stick together, because we can have some good conversation and have the ability to work together. But he's a smart guy, really, really good player. And it's great talking to him about the guys on the staff. That'll help speed up the learning curve, but also getting a chance to watch him. I mean, he's a guy that's one of the best in the game. So being able to watch him and learn from him as well is really helpful for me.
Yeah, to get ready for that, we just crank the machine up as hard as it'll go, and usually throw some foam balls in there so you're not breaking bats or fingers. And it's nothing too crazy.
So what was this off season like for you?
It was quick, but it was great. I wouldn't have it any other way. I got to go home and stay right down the road from my parents and be with them all winter and be with my brother. And we got a really good group for the off season. So the guys were happy to see me and happy to get back to work and help improve on things to get the most out of everybody. So it was a successful winter, I'd say.
All right, besides winning it all,
Yeah.
Okay, what's your fondest memory of the postseason last year?
Fondest memory of the postseason. I don't know. There's not one that really sticks out, because it was just all great. I thought that we had a great time every time we got to celebrate. We made the most of it. It was cool to celebrate on the road and at home. All of it. Yeah, it was great.
You did make the most of celebrating.
Yeah, I did. I actually yesterday was the first time that I saw the cover of the Dallas Morning News, where I'm laying with my puppy and my girlfriend in the truck, and I should have asked for more copies of that newspaper, because that was such a cool moment. It really was.
Is there a different vibe? Is it different in the spring training as a defending champion as opposed to previous years?
Sorta, yeah. But now the target's on our back, so it's cool to be in that position. It's cool to be getting more media attention, more cameras, to have, what championship organizations get, because when you win it all, people start asking questions, and it's cool to be able to have answers to these questions now going forward.
Culture was such a big part of you guys last year, and it's starting to already feel that way. Do you feel that? Is it back in a similar way that it was?
Guys are happy to come to work, and I think that when you show up to your work environment happy and you're cool with your coworkers and you're ready to go, then you're going to get the most out of it. So, kudos to the front office again for bringing in more guys that are good culture guys, a lot of guys that I'm familiar with, and come from winning organizations. So everybody's going to do their part and continue in this success that we believe we're going to have.